Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo. It's painting goo. It's a monkey on a piano. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo. It's painting goo. Painting me. Painting you. Painting me. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Ah, isn't he just glorious? Painting goo. Give it up for Myro the monkey, bring us in. Painting goo. Goo, goo, goo. It's Friday goo. Freestag. Fratendeu. Friday fucking goo, 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 goo. Painting goo, goo, goo. Sip, rant, goo. Painting fucking sip. Rant, goo, rant, sip, rant, goo. Fuck. Sip. Painting goo. Goo, 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 goo. Painting goo. Goo, 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 goo. Bring it home for the mortars, Myro. The feeble mortars. Those filthy fucking mortars. Painting goo. It's painting goo. Fucking painting goo. Goo, 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 goo. It's so beautiful. It'll make me cry. Right, enough of you, you filthy monkey. Carlos, remind the people to like and subscribe to Painting Goo. If you're not liking and subscribing and smashing that Riker button, get insulted your ancestors and paying for Painting Goo, you have no honor, and I shall unleash Garos, my formerly addicted to cocaine Siberian tigeroo, upon you. Rest easy, Brother Myro, for you are under the protection of Garos. Would you all feel extra safe if you had a giant tiger who used to be addicted to cocaine just guarding you? Would you? Welcome to Painting Goo. It is indeed another glorious day in this realm we call home. I, demigod, defenderoo, have arrived yet again. My consistency is boundless. Did you just take a week off? Shut up! My private business is none of your business. Excuse me, while I descend into a proper Painting Goo posture. Glorious. My top natto is now on display and ready to fend off any oni that show up to interrupt the flow of the goo. My beloved Japanites, welcome. Stabaru, Demon Hunter Beru, aka Desmondu, Dick Fordu, welcome to Paintingu. I and the Paintingu posse are ready and here again to bring you on a glorious adventure full of laughter, fearings. Excuse me while I ready my spina, because it knows it's time for the goo. Ah, there we go. You know that spot in between your shoulders? It just sometimes needs a good wrenching till it pops. You might want to see a chiropractor defender. I'm a demigod! I need no soothsayer, snake oil salesman. I can fix my own spina, thank you very much. One of the many things I've had to get used to becoming semi-divine, semi-mortar. I mean, my first shit was a horrific experience. Vomiting, not so good. Remembering to breathe now and again. But also back problems. You mortars have feeble spines. It is hilarious. Right. Brother Mini Baru, purveyor of the Mapu, is prepared to take us on our new adventure. But first, we need the tunes. Where are the tunes? Where are they? They're in front of me. A huge wrist of tunes. Glorious tunes. Tunes I have corrected. Tunes I have corrected. I have many tunes that I have corrected. How have you corrected them? Where I shout Paintingu over all the tunes. That's how I correct them. All the tunes in the realm are wrong. Because they don't say Paintingu. So I correct tunes, I bring them to Paintingu, and I roar Paintingu over them to the beat of the tune. I'm not lying. Right. Our building tunage. Ba-bum. So, where the fuck are we going? What the fuck are we painting? We're about to fucking find out. Okay. Pardon the fox. I grew up in Dublin. I don't know if I'll ever get rid of that. I think that's hilarious the way, like, Owen has a similar thing from growing up in New York. These fucking, like it's the same in Dublin. I was at the fucking shop and they were out of fucking cigarettes and fucking cashier was being a fucking cunt. So then I fucking stepped in fucking dog shit in the fucking way home. Like, it's fucking Friday. It's just been a fuck. What about you? How the fuck are you? Sip, sip. Okay. A ding of my tiny dong with the herp of my feathery friend Tobias Beakus Gross. Tobias! Cleanse these mortars of their chi, their dirty chi. Oh. Tobias! My feathery friend! He has a fallen from his perch. Those of you who are regulars on Paintingu have probably noticed that Tobias not only has an intense nicotine addiction, but also is quite fond of sake. He often ruses his parents upon his perch. I truly am a merciful demigod. I care so much about my brother Tobias that I am now utterly distracted. Right, are you safe? Are you safe, my feathery friend? No, he's not. I don't care. You know why? Because it's time. What's the time for? You know what it is. Right, gather your chi, bitches. As I get my bitches wet. Painting goo. I've got more bitches than I've ever had before. Painting goo. Right, I press my roy rag upon my demi-divine knee. Painting goo. And I give myself a good waft because it's fucking roasting in here. Tobias! You've fallen again! Fuck! I must retrieve the birdie man. I shall return. I cannot leave my friend on the floor. What kind of merciful demigod would I be? Come, Tobias. Defender us! Right. I believe some brewtac may be in order for our feathery friend here. I will perch this brack bitch upon this tiny dong if it cures me. Right, come here to me, you little fuck. I will wrap your tiny crow feet around this thing. Glorious. He is so delicate. But delicate things are quite often beautiful. Right. Okay. Where the fuck are we going? I can't believe it, there's no numbers in the chats? Oh my god. I know there's only 3 of you here. But come on to fuck. I made you mods and you don't even know the formula? Give me a fucking number, people! Painting goo 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 goo. Come on, I can't do everything. I have to road this parrot. I have to fucking... I have so much things to do. Including, but not excluding. Roading parrots. Oh. Froz Farfvergnügen. Jesus, Demon Hunter Bear. What kind of filthy Germanic speech is this? Froz Farfvergnügen. I love German, it's a hilarious language. 30 mortars. I know. Man, Japu never gets old. I love the way speaking Japu has, like, become one of the main... like, Griff takes speaking Japu to another level. Okay. Let the descending proper paintingu posture beginu. Indeed, it's one of my, like, I'm not even playing. Like, descending to a proper paintingu posture is probably one of my favorite parts of painting. Vomiting to the Irish must be second nature. It's how they greet each other separate. Alright, how the fuck are we? Like, alright, yeah, me too, yeah. I was like that yesterday. Like, it's a verbal phenomenon which seems to encompass the northeastern states, one which I have no shame in. Just everything fucking like fucking fuck. Brother Tobias has been imbibing the Roker Ricker again. Indeed, he is far too fond of the sake, and that's coming from an half Irish, half Japanese, half divine demigod. You can't have 3 halves. I'm a demigod. I can do anything. 105 is the first surrection of the day. Right. I think I might have organized things in such a way that I don't have to keep subjecting people to defender ass in order to be able to do all the props and shit. So observe. Hold on a minute. Have I succeeded? I believe so! I might kill Tobias again. But it works. Oh! Glorious Gepu. Right, 105. Kuwait! Arabic. Please tell me that's not in Africa. No, Middle Eastern, isn't it? Kuwait is like near fucking. No way. Hold on a minute. Where's Kuwait? Don't. No, okay, yeah, I don't think it's in. Maybe? Where are you? Where's Kuwait? Put it in the chat. Iron Man Maru, welcome to PEINTEINGU. We're off to Kuwait. Kuwait feels like more like, obviously they speak Arabic, so like, where is it? Let's see, 102, 104, 107. Where's 105? Oh, I found 106. Is it in there somewhere? That's what she said. 105! I found it. Yeah, it's pretty much what I thought it'd be. Man, Kuwait is that's very Middle Eastern. It's like right in the fucking... Kuwait's like the center point. Like, you got Africa and all of Europe to the left of it. And then you've got like all of Russia and China and Australia to the right of it. Kuwait's like right in the middle. I suppose technically it is still a little part. It's like on the border of Africa. Okay. Kuwait it is! PEINTEINGU. PEINTEINGU. Right, so we're doing Arabic today, me likey. Me likey! Right, so PEINTEINGU. We're off to Kuwait, and in Kuwait, Ya Hamar, which is YAHMAR. Ya Hamar, you donkey. That's so fitting for the area and all. Like, just calling somebody a donkey. Ya Hamar. Ya Hamar. Try to get Arabic with a bit, like Ya Hamar. You donkey. Excellent. Right. Now let's see if I can put the map back without killing Tobias. Excellent. My skills in PEINTEINGU grow daily. Painting. Channel your inner Lawrence of Arabia. Has anyone seen that movie? Because I haven't. I haven't seen this whole Lawrence of Arabia thing, and it's like 3 hours long. It's supposed to be one of the best movies ever made. All this shit, like... Oh my fucking Christ, it's warm in here. Jesus Christ. I don't know if you're out there. I don't usually do this sort of thing. But if you can hear me, if you can help me, please help me, Superman. I've always loved that bit with Homer. You think he's praying to Jesus, and then he says Superman. I fucking love that bit. Let me know if you can hear me wafting in the mic. It looks like you can. I don't want to be like I'll have to do it with my bad hand. I suppose it's more in frame if I do it with my left hand. It's so fucking warm. It feels so good. Right, so we're off to Kuwait. I shall Google Kuwait, and we shall find some things, some stuff. Any suggestions in the chat? What's stereotypically Kuwait? What imagery comes to mind when somebody mentions the name Kuwait? What things spring to mind? Personally, I can't think of anything. All I think of is, oh, that's somewhere in the desert. So I suppose a desert? Sand! First thing that comes to mind when somebody says Kuwait, sand! Sand niggers! Sand niggers! There we go! My Google page was still when I looked up who Wilfred Brimley was. I still can't believe how much like he actually looks like a walrus. Like seriously, that was so funny. I can smell the wafting. Oh man, the kimono and the headband need a wash again. Especially the last like 4, like since I started streaming again, and I'm just like constantly sweating for 2 hours in this fucking costume. I need to throw this shit in the wash again. But I'm like scared to throw the kimono in the wash. Cause like every time I put it in the wash it like disintegrates even more, like I'm just gonna be left with like I'm gonna be left with a fucking just a bit of a dragon on a bit of fabric. Like okay, Kuwait. I think the best word to like put in culture and traditions, or just culture. Everybody, you know what that means? Crap for paintingu. Crap for paintingu. Smash that like button. Smash the heart button. I want to see you crapping or rubbing for paintingu. Crap your hands together for paintingu. You filthy mortars. Okay. So Kuwait culture. Yeah, stereotypical headdresses. You know, spikes with big balls on them. That building looks like a kebab. There's a fucking a wrap. You know, wrap as in like a chicken wrap like this. I'm like, what's part of Kuwaiti culture? And it's just like a beef chicken wrap there or something like. That's hilarious. Oh god. Right. It's Friday, and we get the fucking. Maybe we can summon 2acre by putting on his face music. I'm gonna start off with Raving Goo today, and then I think we'll go into the fucking the new tunes that I found. My god, I am sweating, man. This fucking headband's gonna be sopping wet by the end of it. It was actually wet when I took it off yesterday. The headband was like drenched. I probably could have like wrung it out. Like it's so warm in here. Like, wasn't now? I think it's like 19 degrees, 18 degrees. So much crapping, indeed. So much crapping. My robe will be praised. I should be like, crap for painting goo. It's like, why are you getting people to shit for your stream? It's like, well, one, we're not actually crapping for painting goo. It's called speaking Japu. So catch up, you slow fuck. Why is it so bright now? That can't be allowed to happen. Jesus. Focus on my face, webcamu. There you go. Yeah, like what the fuck? That's crazy. Maybe I should. I don't think it ever gets that bad without the. I have the fucking what's it called? Backlight compensation on, and I don't think it ever gets that bad if I don't put that on. So I'm gonna turn that off real quick. I'm still such a retarded noob with all this stuff. We'll get there eventually. But like I've always said, I never want to lose the kind of like really cheap production value of painting. 2acre in the middle, you have been summoned to come hither. Right, where are we? Here we go. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, I was gonna say something along the lines of like fucking give the monkeys some ammo. Crap for painting goo. It's like Myro collects all the shit and starts flinging it at. It's like fucking foreigners. Like, oh god. I suppose the painting goo takes place allegedly on a boat, and we sail from country to country, you know. So like, imagine how funny it would be where like if anybody tries to like, you know, steal something off of the painting goo vessel while we're like anchored in a country port doing the painting, they just get shit flung at them from the monkey line. It's like we step off the painting goo boat, and it's like, Myro, watch the ship, and he's just like, ah! You know, like, and he just like takes position on this like platform, and it's just like a pile of shit, and he just sits there with his pack of cigarettes, like, you know, like just staring people over as they pass the boat, like, you want some? Like, it's like the best deterrent ever. Like if a monkey threw shit at you, like, well, yeah, you'd have some people who would like attack immediately, but most people would be like, eh, and leave, you know, like. Okay, enough rambling. Okay, I'm thinking camel. I don't know. We'll go colours first. What colours? I think we can go Masonic, cause like their flag has black and white in it. Listen to this shit. It's like, it is common for members of the same sex to touch one another during their interactions as an expression of their friendship, and men often shake hands upon greeting and departure. Socially, physical contact between men and women is not acceptable. To Kuwaitis, honor, reputation, and respect are primary concerns. So far, I like it. Honor, reputation, and respect. Like, that just sounds hilarious out of context. It is common for members of the same sex to touch one another during their interactions. Like, when I started reading that, I was like, damn! These Kuwaitis are very Greek! Like, right, hold on a minute. Oh, it says lifestyle and Kuwait culture. No, don't want that. Just Kuwait for the moment. Right, so their flag is black, green, white, and red. 4 colours is a bit much to be put in a background, depending on how you frame it, I suppose. I don't know, it's kind of a cool flag. I could do it, that'd be kind of cool. But I suppose if I do it vertically, it's not like, it's not the flag, you know? If I do it vertically, like, it doesn't count. But it's still, it's the same color profile. It's a cool, I think that'll look cool with a symmetrical, or like, it'd look like a fucking, what you call it, like a, what are they called? Your house is like a crest of a family, like a family name or some shit. Kuwaitis sounds like golden browns to me. Yeah, I think that would be cool actually. So the background we're going to do today won't be blended. It's going to be slightly different. So we'll do the background first, and then we'll get the hat out. I just realised I forgot to do the hat. I moved straight into the tunes. But that doesn't matter. Watch, the hat's going to fuck me now. I'd love to have like some kind of like rigged up swing or catapult or something to like, I'd hit a pedal and the hat gets thrown at me violently. If I ever forget about the hat and I just hit the pedal and the hat just like, the fucking stuff in the hat goes everywhere, like, oh shit, I forgot about the hat, and the thing just like hits me in the side of the head out of nowhere. Like, I'd love to have like my own Coddington, and I wouldn't use them to like mod the chat. I'd use them for stuff like that. I'd love to have like a dude, or oh man, how fucking great would it be if I could actually train a monkey? It'd be like the best thing ever if I actually had a fucking, what are they called, like a bonobo or something, like you know, like little howler monkey or something, like something cute and mischievous looking, and I could train the thing to do various things. Like, that would be so much fun. Anything's possible, you never know. Even if I could employ a guy to like puppet a muppet of a monkey, I think that'd be deadly. Bring back that kind of fucking entertainment. I'd do like a live painting stream on the internet where we play music, and I have a dude who's like all dressed in black puppeting a monkey muppet in the background. It'd be fucking deadly. I'd get him to switch costumes. Like, he's like, 1 second he's a tiger with a fucking bucket on its head, next minute he's a monkey, next minute he's a bird on a fucking gun. Like, the camera angles just shift. Like, I wouldn't have enough money to pay the nigga. Like, that's a lot of work. Okay, I'll do the background and then we'll get the hat. Oh fuck. Griffu! Welcome to Paintingu. Griffu-sama is rate and gay. Only by marriage, Desmondu. He fucking... He comes in, starts dropping numbers. Like, your gas. Comes in late. 36! 9! I'm gonna... Man, Griff, I'm gonna start making you pay for painting goo when you show up, right? Paint goo. I'm gonna make a rule. If your rate for painting goo 3 times in a row in 1 week, you have to pay for painting goo because you're on it. I'm gonna make an honor meter. That's what I should do. And just like display it in front of you and shame all you. And put all your names on a fucking, like, on the top of bars, and like show your. It'd be like the houses out of Harry Potter with the points. Yeah, like, oh, Stabberoo and Desmondaroo and Chuekaroo are fucking leading in the old honor right now. Griffu, ooh, like, rate and gale again, Griffu. I like do a do like your honor level going down. You're on a different schedule today. No excuse. Oh man, we need to get you in a kimono and get you like a fake top knot and all, like, because your beard right now is peak painting goo. You have the beard of a fucking wise old Asian hybrid. I thought about it for a second. I was like, Asians don't have beards like that. Griff's beard's amazing. Oh. Asian people wish they could grow a beard like me and Griff. I need a bit of a trim, actually. It's warm, and I'm a hairy fuck. Attaching the hat to a zip line and pulling the hat towards you with some fishing line would be funny. Make it look like one of your demigodly If I was like... just like... And now we do the magic hat, and I just put my hand out and it just like drops into my hand or something. Oh man, like the fucking like 20 minutes, half an hour ish before I do the stream, like, and all the setting up I'm doing, and it's like, thank fuck most of it is like already in place. But even with rearranging the room, I still have to spend 10 minutes like putting everything together. It's hilarious. Like, fucking place Tobias, and he's always falling over and shit. Put the map up, make sure everything is like framed right, put a new fucking beautiful blank canvas on the easel. Right, let's road this parrot and get some goo throwing. Okay, so we're talking yeah, we'll go with primary green. It's a bit darker than primary green. Yeah, it's a bit darker than primary green. We could go with Viridian would be too dark, I think. Ooh, permanent green deep. Perfect. Perfect. Remember that in Street Fighter? Perfect. Ooh, ooh. KO. Ooh, ooh. Perfect. I wonder if the nigga who did the voiceovers for that shit is still getting like royalties and all. How amazing a life that if you just voiced over something for like a game that ends up being like huge, like what a. I wonder who did the thing for Mario. You know, like Yahoo and all like all that shit. Like I love the sound effects from Crash Bandicoot. The fucking Uka Uka mask when you pick it up and like I don't even know what it says. I just remember what it sounds like. It's so distinct, like when you fucking break the thing open and all. Like, man, I love shit like that. We have stuff like that on this stream, which is hilarious. You met the people who've been like, man, I can't get like fucking paint out of my head, like paint. Like, I was only thinking about that the other day, where I was like, if I ever did this on a stage, and like at the end of it, like when I wrap everything up and like get everyone got like, you know, a big climactic crescendo at the end, like, you know. And everyone's clapping and roaring and shit, and then it'd just be like, and remember, paint! Just like get everyone in the crowd roaring, paint, like we're fucking like a bunch of Marines, like, hooah! Like, it's so fucking funny. Man, imagine like if I ever do this on a stage or something, right? And there'd be like, you know the way there's always like a merch stand when you're walking into a gig or some shit, and it's just like there's just like the headbands and kimonos and like fake top knots. Oh, it'd be so funny. Big plush toys of like Mini Bear and fucking Tobias and all, like, and Garlos would make a hilarious like model or a toy or collectible or something. The idea of a Siberian tiger that used to do so much cocaine, he developed X-ray vision, so I had to put a fucking aluminium bucket and sunglasses on his head. Like, seriously, like, some of the shit we've come up with on this stream, like, when I think about it, I can't stop laughing. I just start giggling to myself. Like, I was making coffee earlier on, and I just Chidean spider fudge popped into my head, and I just started laughing. You've never had fudge till you've tried Chidean spider. I just imagine it as like a real thing and like being an ad on the telly. New Chidean spider fudge. Like, you're like, what the fuck? What's the matter? It's fudge made from spiders from Chad. Fudge made from spiders from Chad. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. You see how much easier that was? Like, I just, from the left to the right, I just went slash, and it's like, perfect. And then to go from right to left, it's like, whoa. Like, was a Mr. Whipbear sent me a fucking thing on Instagram there the other day about, like, you know, a painting maul, the maul stick, and I probably wouldn't even. I don't think I'd ever use one on the stream, but I really should get one for, like, you know, my big symmetricals and stuff, like, dead handy. But I've said it before that there is so, like, it was so funny listening to Owen's stream about the fill. And I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm a bit of a fill myself, like, I've always been a bit of a fill, like. I wish I could get in contact with me ma and get, like, the video footage of me, like, in drama school. You guys would get some kick out of it, like. I played the genie in Aladdin. And fucking. I played a guy called Colonel Custard, and I literally had one line. By Jove! It's my only line in the whole play. The rest of the time I was just standing there. So funny. And then I was the main character in another one called Stu. I had to pretend to that to ride a motorcycle around the school hall. It's fucking gas. My name's Stu. How do you do? Like I'd never forget any of that shit. Like, so fucking funny. Like, I've always been like that. Like, just up for having a laugh and making people laugh and shit. Like, but like in a very silly way. Like, you know. Like, I've never been the type to like write jokes or that, and like, or that's why I'm always saying it. Like I'm not a fucking comedian. Like, because a few people have said it to me. Like, one of the bears fucking said it to me. He's like, have you ever thought about doing some stand-up? Like, because I'm always making people laugh and shit. But I don't like tell jokes. Like, it's not the same thing, you know. I know what I am, you know. I'm a lunatic, not a comedian. But I'd fucking love to do that. Like, do painting you on stage. It'd be some laugh. I was only thinking there I was in the kitchen there the other day, and I was thinking, like, I was sweeping the floor, and I was like, I could just use one of these. I could just use like a basic household sweeping brush, like, and get a big tub of paint and all, like, you know. I was thinking how messy it'd be. Like, by the end of it, there'd be fucking paint everywhere. I'd be covered in paint. It'd look like a fucking multicolored bloodbath. It'd be so funny. I can't stop thinking about the idea of doing plush toys, like cuddly toys, of some of the things. Like, every time I look at my retarded chicken, I'm like, yeah, definitely cuddly toy. And then we did the shark thing, the leopard shark thing, like big fucking fat retarded like leopard print shark. It'd make a deadly fucking cuddly toy. Like. That made me laugh so much, fucking Demon Hunter Bear turning around in the chat and being like, I need fucking Chinese walrus paper as my wallpaper in every room in my house. Imagine, like, just that image, like repeated, like, all over the house. Like, I'm not surprised the female elected no. Not surprised at all, man. Sonya's cool, but she's not stupid. Okay, and then green and then red. And it's white in the middle, so I'll just leave it blank. And then we'll find out what we're painting on it. Because I forgot to do the hat. Because I'm a fucking in the moment, in the flow, fucking gobshite. But at least I'm consistent in my inconsistencies. Had to get that bitch really wet to get all the black off her. What's this? An advertisement! How dare you interrupt the goo! Okay, permanent green deep. I've decided what I kind of alluded to it yesterday, but what I'm gonna do is I have these like little tube things that I got off of Amazon ages ago. Fuck it, I've loads of these full of paint now, different colors and shit. And I think this is a great thing to do, so you don't waste paint because it's so fucking expensive. Especially with the like, I don't need to do it with this stuff, you know, because I've plenty of this shit. But when we're talking about like, I've only got 20 mils or 40 mils, if I have a dupe of this stuff, you like place a nice dollop in one of these tubs and then water it down, and then you get a shit ton of use out of it, and then you can like, you could probably get 4, you know, different dollops out of there's like a load of people who are like, what the fuck is a dollop? A big shit. Fucking a big huge like continued drop, a bit like a 3-second squeeze. This all sounds like shit. Like, give it a good 3-second squeeze. That's seriously pissing me off with it. It's like the glorious light of heaven does just like fill the room. And the thing becomes way too bright. It seems to work though when I get it to focus on my face. It seems to like bring it back, like. But if I'm not looking at it, like, it's fucking, oh god. I need to stop caring. You know. As far like from what I can tell, I think most of you just listen to this stream. So like I'm here being like, the visuals need to be better, like, do you know what I mean? And like nobody cares because they only see the paintings like later when I pop them on Instagram, and like the rest of the time they're just listening. That's so funny to me. What are you listening to? Some mad Irish cunt painting. Plays great tunes, man. Says some funny shit. Then every so often you look at the screen and you're like, what the fuck is he painting? What's the matter? You never seen Chidean Spider Fudge before? Two-Acre is riving off of past honor today. Yeah, it'll take him a while to run out of honor. I think he knows that. It'll take him a long time to run out of honor. But I'm keeping count, don't worry, you know. And as moderator, I expect you to keep count too. Although, I also made Two-Acre mod, so that was so funny, him yesterday. It's like, fear my blue wrench. Like, is that on the right or the left? Well, if I turn, it's supposed to be on the top, so okay, I'll do it on the right. A dollop is nearly equal to a plop. To me, a dollop sounds bigger and heavier than a plop. Like, oh god. Ooh. Even with the angles, sometimes I'm like, fuck me, I'm good at this. Is that like, that's something I had to develop. Like I've quite like shaky hands, you know. I know they don't look shaky, but like they feel shaky to me anyway. But sometimes when I'm painting and I'm like, fuck me, I'm like a bleeding, ooh, I'm like a samurai. Ooh. Thrice. I was thinking today that I should probably, I thought about it a few weeks ago. I think I mentioned it, but I want to try do the shorts, the Instagram shorts again. Because I miss doing them, they were fun. Greetings, mortars! Today on PEINTEINGU. Just adds to it, like, you know. Ooh. Painting. Oh, get poo.
Oh God, he's coming back. Get out of here.
Max Stonebarrow, welcome to Paintingu. Top knot for me. I'm going for founding fathers here. That's hilarious. Paintingu. We'll have the great moderator ban fanning of 2024. You typed that a bit too quickly, did you, Stabaru? We'll have they. He just like got possessed by Yoda for a second.
UV damage? Help leave it behind with new Garnier.
Help leave you behind, bitch! Get off my stream. Man, the first hour of this stream flies by. The fuck? Sometimes I look at the time and how much music has already played, and I'm like, what the fuck? A dollop equals kitchen / plop equals bathroom. That's so true. You stick a dollop of jam in, you know, and then... Did that come true? Did I time that perfectly for when the music stopped? Please tell me I did. Right, now on to the red. Have no time to type and working you. Well, then stop typing then. You contradictory fuck you. I have no time to type. I'm working. Well, then stop typing. Oh, God. Oh my God, it's so warm in here. Oh, you see fucking an oil tanker overturned in the Philippines? And fucking 1.4 million liters or something of oil is like after being dumped into the sea or like on the coast of the Philippines or something. What else did I see? I was like perusing the news. Was it last night or this morning? I can't remember. Sometimes there's no difference between last night and this morning for me. What was it, like an oil rig overturned? What else was there? Oh god. Yeah, primary red will do for this. Come here to me, you bollocks. Breast of me. Oh, that geppo tastes like honey. It's glorious. Man, ever since I started putting honey in my coffee, woo! So good. Oh! Get plenty of agua on that. Get the goo flowing good. Sometimes I manage to do like my own, like, you know, like the other painting stuff that I do, like my own work, and fucking do the painting goo stream, and I manage to do the whole day. I won't like get paint everywhere on me or my hands or fucking like all over the place. And then there's days like this where I have managed to get fucking paint like on me, on the floor, on fucking everything. Just a messy cunt today. I don't know what it is, but I've said this a few times on stream. I know that for a fact. There is something so soothing and like meditative about mixing paint. You, like whatever about mixing, you know, different kinds of paint together to get like, you know, a new color or a hue or something. Just applying water to these water-based paints and watching them go from like goo to like flowing melted butter. Beautiful. Painting goo. Ooh, a little bit off, but like straight enough. What is this? Warrior? Fuck. Try say L'Oreal with Japu. Warrior? Fuck you, Warrior! Painting goo 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 goo. Try and straighten up that a bit. That's what I love about these big flat heads. Just turn them vertically, you can get like really nice straight lines. With good line weight, you know, consistency. Keep a steady hand. And then you get these huge, you know, area coverage. And you use it the other way, like chiseled, like, or flathead, whatever way you want to call them, have definitely become my my favorite brushes to use. I find I can do stuff really quickly with them. They are a joy to use. Like round heads and like you know, ones that go to a point can be more difficult to use than you would think. You know, because they're supposed to like replicate like a, you know, the ability, well, not replicate the ability. They're supposed to give you the ability, which they do, to do like various line weights and then different like effects and stuff and all, like, you know, like teardrops and shit. Like, but they're quite difficult to use if you don't get into the whole calligraphy thing, where like make sure you have your brush perpendicular to the surface, then a round head, or you know, I suppose they're all called round heads, aren't they? Which is kind of stupid in my opinion if they come to a point, but like, I'm sure I have my fucking paintbrush jargon wrong, but like, you know, like fucking, I think multiple times I've gone to watch like some kind of like tutorial, like art tutorial on any given subject, really, everything from color theory to like the kinds of brushes to like fucking anything, like, and I get about 5 minutes in, I'm like, boring. Like, I'm like, just give me the info. Like, what's with all this filler? Just give me the fucking info. Like, some channels are great, you know, they get right to it. They're like, this is for this, this is for this, this is what you can do with these, you know, great info. Other channels, like, you know, hi, welcome to blah blah blah, today we're going to be discussing the ins and outs of such and such. It's like, get the fuck on with it, will you? Came for info, not like to be entertained. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, know your purpose, feeble mortar. Painting Goo Goo. Kind of want to straighten it up a little bit before I do the hat and find out what we're going to be painting over it. Right, we'll let this bitch dry and find out what we're putting on it. Phrasing. Need a bonus Saturday goo. We have work tomorrow. I could do a Saturday goo. You know? Just because I love you. Just because I'm awesome like that. Right. There you go.
At AIB, we can help you keep doing what matters to you.
At AIB,
With an AIB advisor to get real guidance on how to build your financial future.
we drink poison tea.
AIB, for the life you're after.
Because they're all fucking get the fuck off my stream. Tennis! 'Tis a fags game! I want to get into golf. I swear to God. I fucking, big into the Nephilim are clowns shit at the moment. Jesus Christ, like that's bollocks. Like how bright the screen gets is actually like oppressive. Look at my face, camera. Thank you. Jesus. Wait, should I just turn the light off? And that, yeah, and look how dark it gets now. Like, that's so annoying. It's either like up here or like down here. Like, it's fucking. I have to figure out how to get lighting correct. Like, it's fucking mad annoying. Like, it pisses me right off. Like, I just get completely washed out. Like, it's fucking stupid looking. Like, yeah, the whole Nephilim are clowns thing and all, like, and just like the way that, like, you know, the secret societies and the like the hierarchies to them and all. And like I heard that like your man was saying that there's like the Freemasons, and then there's like what's above that? I can't remember. There's like Freemasons, then there's something above them, and then above them are the Jesters. Like, so like the highest, like from what I gleaned from that, like the like, don't quote me on this, like, as always, take everything I say with a grain of salt and do your own research, because I just like ramble and speak in the moment, so I'm very likely to get some shit wrong. But one of the highest, if not the highest tier of secret societies, it's like it goes from Freemasons, and you have to be like an X-level Freemason. You have to like get to the highest level degree of Freemasonry to get to another group. I can't remember what they're called right now. But then if you do the same thing in that group, beyond that group is a group called like the Council of Jesters or some shit, like, you know. And I think that's fascinating. I think that's fucking incredibly interesting and fascinating that there are people out there who work behind the scenes to an insane degree, and they refer to themselves as like the Grand Jesters or some shit, like, you know, like how fucking, you know, like the whole world's a stage and all that. Like, it's, the gravy is off the fucking wall lately in terms of like you know, what's gone, like Trump assassination attempt, fucking the CrowdStrike thing, where like all the Windows stuff went down for a day. I don't even know what the story is with that now, if they're like, you know, if everything's good now or whatever. But like Vox was talking about that because like it didn't affect China at all. You know, like, it's like there's a lot of really interesting shit going on. You know, power is changing hands and position, and if we're talking about the meta story of the realm, like I'm really into the whole the Little Season stuff that Chris Gardner is has been talking to man Paul about, like, what's that fucking Understanding Conspiracies. Some really cool shit going on, like, and really cool stuff being spoken about now. Like, it makes a lot of sense that Jesus already had his 1,000 years reign, left behind all the stuff we've been calling Tartarian archaeology and all this shit. Like, that was actually like the stuff that was built during the millennial reign. And the reason everything is so inverted and fucked right now is because we are living through the little season where Satan is loosed upon the nations to deceive them. But it's called the little season, and it's only supposed to happen for like a set amount of time, ballpark like 250 years or something, which is really interesting, isn't it, when you think about all the stuff of like, oh, like in the 1700s they like did all this World Fair shit, and all this stuff was, you know, put up and then burnt, and then like all of these like children were brought in on trains, and like a huge, you know, migration and stuff, and like, you know, and all the like Tesla tech that they talk about, and like vibration frequency, and it's like, oh, like these Tartarians had like advanced tech and all this shit. Like, it makes so much sense if it was just like, yeah, Jesus was here for 1,000 years, built all this utterly incredible shit with his saints and stuff, and then left, and we're now experiencing the little season where Satan is loosed upon the nations to deceive everyone for like a set amount of time, and then Jesus and his lads are supposed to come back And there's like, you know, there's apparently it's a known thing or whatever, it's being tracked, that like the magnetic north, the magnetic north is like shifting, and it has been shifting for a while. And there's like a theory that could be Jesus in his like cloud castle slowly moving you know, into position to like, you know, have the final judgment and all this shit. Like, and all I could ever think about when I hear about floating castles and stuff like that disappear and reappear and all this shit, like, if you've never seen the movie Krull, watch it. Like, there's so much. It's like Star Wars before Star Wars, and I think it was made by Lucas Studios as well. I can't remember. Sure, it was them. It's like it looks and feels and like has a lot of the same vibes. Like, you know, it's like Star Wars before Star Wars. It's like the pilot to Star Wars in a sense is Krull, and like some of the esoteric symbolism shit in Krull, like the bad guy's castle is like built into this mountain of crystal, and it every day it disappears and reappears somewhere else in the realm and all this shit. Like, and then like not movies, like video games like BioShock Infinite, where you have this the country of Colombia that has been built by this like cult psychopath who feels betrayed by America, and he believes in the goddess Columbia and all, and he built instead of like what was it called, Rapture underwater in BioShock 1 and 2, they go into the sky where it's like a sky city, like, you know, and it's like, and then stuff like Bloodborne and all, where you're talking about these like parasitic interdimensional demons that like you can't see until you gain enough insight, and then you can see them, and they're all over the place. Like, so much gravy in all of the media that like just totally goes over people's heads, you know. And then there's people like us who are like, oh my god, that's fascinating, and you look into it, and like almost always it's like, hold on a minute, this shit's real. Like, you know, like in one sense or another, like, it's like, hang on a minute, it's fucking real. Like I went through a period of time where like I was like, oh, so all this stuff is just fantasy and I'm never going to be able to throw a fireball. And like the last like 7 odd years, I'm like, Jesus Christ, like there's days where, like I've said it before, there's days where I just look at things and try and move them because I'm like, I don't know, I think there's going to be an awakening or something. Like, something's coming, frequencies are shifting, you know, power dynamics are changing, things are being revealed for what they really are. Ooh. We live in fascinating times. Okay, we'll do the hat. Painting goo. First I heard of the oil spill. Been a while since I looked at news stuff outside of a weekly Ukraine update. Yeah, like every so often I just go, what's in the news? And I just like scroll down and I'm like, oh, that happened? Oh, okay. And like maybe 1 in 3 times I'll do that, and I'll look at the stuff and be like, oh shit, that happened? Like, you know, but like most of the time it's always the same shit, like, you know. But I thought that was fascinating when who put it in the Painting Goo Telegram chat? I can't remember. But fucking, like, we do a Painting Goo and we end up in Chad, and like last week there was like a suicide bombing in Chad, and I was like, what the fuck? Hopefully nothing happens in China in the next few days. Alright, I'm gonna try, like, before I do the hat, I'm gonna try and fuck around with the video here, because this is pissing me right off. Auto detect. No, buffering auto root. Ah, fuck it. I'll fix it off stream. I'm not gonna sit here and try and fuck around with settings. I'm a walking contradiction story of my life. Your bonus goo can be rewatching today's goo. Try saying olive oil, but Japan. Olive oil! Golf, now that's a homo sport. Well, yeah, I see you're basically swinging a big cock, you know, like, but like, I think golf is way more masculine than tennis. I mean, you're wearing shorts in tennis, you know? And it's really easy to hit a tennis ball with a tennis racket, you know? Don't get me wrong, I know there's incredible amounts of skill to tennis at high levels. But, like, come on, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, when somebody's bad at baseball, they're like, do you want a tennis racket? Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, really easy to hit a tennis ball with a tennis racket. Now, to do it efficiently and to a high level, that's a different thing, but the same can be said of anything. But golf, I think golf is like, it really is like the elite game, you know? And like, think about it, like all the action movies you've ever seen, or like a lot of them anyway, like or like, you know, thrillers or whatever, the bad guys always meet up and like have a round of golf and discuss their stuff and all, like, do you know what I mean? I want to do that. I want to fucking like go for a round of golf on the weekend with a load of bears who are like, you know, one of them's like a fucking grows his own fucking you know, oranges or some shit, like, and watermelons, like has lots of chickens. Like another bear is like a fucking 30 years of experience being a mechanic, like, do you know what I mean? All this shit, like, and then there's me who's just this like lunatic artist, you know, like big into like symbol, like. I think my purpose in life is to like figure myself out to a point, and I think it's coming in the next year or two, like, where like I'm gonna start doing paintings that are like really like symbolic or something, but in a funny way, you know? I think my purpose is to do irreverent art, you know? To take the piss out of idolatry. And I think that's kind of like, you know, where the new formula of PEINTEINGU is going, because of the whole, like, they're symmetrical, they're symbolic, and they're like, you know, like there's symbols in them, like the Chad meme, and like the fucking, like a walrus with toilet paper on its head, like with a fucking jade dragon around it. Like, it's like there's been, you know, years of all this like idolatry and symbolism and stuff, like, and I think it'd be cool to just like learn about it and go deep into it and figure it, like, and especially with the video games, like I was saying yesterday, because like there's this, like, we'll just take one example, right? A recent example. I recently bought this game called The Ascent. It's like a top-down isometric twin stick looter shooter thing. It's really cool. It's fun. It's got issues, but it was like a small developer team, so like it's you gotta like give it a bit of wiggle room, cut it some slack, because it wasn't a huge production team. But it's called The Ascent, and the symbol for the Ascent operation in the game is basically you know, the artistic, their own artist's interpretation or version of the as above so below triangle. And like, because I like when that's the first thing I thought of when I seen it. I was like, oh, okay, as above so below. And it's basically like, you know, you could easily describe the setting of the game Ascent as like this huge, you know, Sodom and Gomorrah or Babylon-esque, like this utterly massive, sprawling, cyberpunk style tower that has all of these levels, and there's like a corporation, and there's even like the reason it's called The Ascent is because it's that atypical thing of like at the bottom is like demons and fucking mutants and like, you know, the lowest of the low, literally. And then as you go up, things get nicer looking and cleaner and like whiter and brighter and all this stuff. And when you get right to the top level, I can't remember what they're called. I think it's called the Pinnacle. The Pinnacle floor. You know, they have a view of it all. and there's like gardens and trees, and there's like loads of white marble paths and glass and stuff and all this shit. But like where you start when you start in the game is like the sewers and shit, like, and there's lots of symbolism in it, like, you know, and it's a cool enough game. Like, I kind of pulled away from it there in the last couple of weeks because I downloaded Borderlands and I was like, oh yeah, and I got really into that. But it's just another one. Like, even Borderlands, like like you're looking for vaults and stuff like that. Like, you know, it's like and like one of the characters is basically a female version of a phoenix. Like, it's like it became really obvious to me a few years ago that the people making games, like, you know, most people would assume it's like, oh, it's just a bunch of nerds who know how to like organize zeros and ones in a really good way to make like video games. It's not just that. It's not just that at all. Like, do you know what I mean? You have people who are very religiously aware of like all sorts of stuff. Like, do you know what I mean? Look, like, take Doom Eternal. Do you know what I mean? Like on the face of it, it's just like, oh, you just slay demons like Doom guy, cool, yeah, like hardcore metal. But there's a lot of esoteric symbolism in that game, like, do you know what I mean? And it's like biblical and shit. And like Bloodborne's the same. Bloodborne's very, like, you know, the whole vampire werewolf kind of thing, and like the gothic setting, and like it's all about the blood, and then like it goes from being all about this, like, initially it just seems like you know, that kind of dark gothic English 1600 setting where, you know, like, you know, Quicksilver and fucking steampunk tech and Tesla tech, and then you got your werewolves and your vampires and all this shit, and then halfway through the game it turns into cosmic horror, you know, and then there's all this stuff about, like, you know, gods and like birthing creatures into the physical realm and all this. It's fucking fascinating, like, you know. But like a lot of people are just like, oh yeah, I love Bloodborne, it's like super scary and cool looking, and like it's really difficult and shit, like, which it is. It's an amazing game, like, can't wait to play it in 60 frames a second. But it's just like fascinating to me that like there's like all this media out there that we consume, and there's layers to it that most people wouldn't even think to consider, you know. But somebody like me plays this stuff, and I'm like, okay, I recognize all this shit, all this like Gnostic symbolism and all this like esoteric shit, but I don't see anybody, and maybe because I haven't looked, you know, there probably is somebody on YouTube or some shit like talking about the esoteric symbolism, the esoteric symbolism in video games and shit, like, you know. But it's like definitely something that I've like especially recently become like really interested in. Is it like, I think the shit is fascinating, like. Sorry, I just got a message on the phone. Was that you, Starbaloo? You sending me messages? Tons of gravy in Assassin's Creed games as well, at least the first few. Yeah, you're totally right. Yeah, the first couple of Assassin's Creed games, tons of gravy. The Apple of Eden, the fucking the artifacts of Eden, the fucking the way it was they bring up like the Borgias in Rome, in Italy and all, like, you know, and the whole, there's like, when you look at the Borgia and the Medici families, like there's this whole, like, you know, grand conspiracy around like all the you know, the bishops and the cardinals and like the Vatican, and like this like real cutthroat fucking cartel like gang like behavior between these like royal families and shit. Like, it's fascinating stuff, like, and it's all like, it's all had a genuine like real world, very efficient and potent impact on all of our lives, and most people never think about that shit. That like all of these like when people are like, oh yeah, it's like the elites, like, you know, were ruled by psychopaths and stuff. It's like, dude, you don't know the half of it. Like, look into this shit. It's fascinating. Because like, look at Owen. Owen's worked through all this and like gotten to the point where he's like, okay, yeah, I completely understand why they have secret societies now. Because like when you have this tangibly valuable knowledge that you can just explain to someone, and then they could go, oh no way, and go do something, you know, or even like think about things in a different way or whatever, and like have a better life and shit. Like there's other people who like their brains melt in their skulls and like, wow, what does this mean? And then there's like, you know, malevolent cunts who are like vacated and possessed by demons who like literally want the opposite. Like, you know, that's one of the reasons why I'm so big into the Nephilim clown shit right now, is like it makes so much sense if we're in the little season and like all of these people are being deceived, and the purpose of all of this is for Satan to see how many people he can get it, like, you know, while it's his turn. It's like, how much damage can I do? Like, do you know what I mean? How many people can I make non-believers or believers in the dark, in the anti? Christ. Oh my god, that one was delicious. Telling you, honey in your coffee. Can't go wrong. Absolutely fascinating shit. But anyway, let's do the hat and find out what we're painting. Okay. Tunes! I need my tunes. Can we go down? No, it's not in there. We go like this. Clickety click. Now can I do it? Yeah, there we go. I don't have the time to like do a lot of research and like fucking clip stuff and get images and like get clips of videos and then do something like Owen where he like breaks things down. Like I'd literally just sit here and talk about it, like, you know, maybe like share my screen and look something up on Google or some shit. But it's definitely something I'd like to work towards in the future, of like I've said before that when it comes to stuff like that, like reviewing games or movies or stuff, like I'd love to just do a separate maybe not a separate channel, but instead of doing PEINTEINGU episodes, I'd just do episodes of a thing called Defender Den, where it's just me sitting here with a cup of coffee and a cigarette or some shit, and we just fucking talk about whatever the fuck for an hour or two. Because I think that's I love that format of sharing information and learning, where like if we can just get a fucking dialogue going between multiple people in the chat or whatever, and then I'll get someone on, and then we could talk and shit, like, and then eventually it would, like, you know, evolve into like something like Chris Gardner's stream or Owen's stream, where it's like, well, Owen doesn't really get people on that much now, which I think is good. Like I like it when it's just him and he's like hammering a point, when he's like the other day when he's doing the fucking the Never Ending Story. It was like 4-hour stream and it was fucking so entertaining and like interesting. Do you know what I mean? Like just the stuff he points out, whether you agree with it or not, or whether you believe in that shit or not, like the points he makes and the stuff he like highlights and shit, you're sitting, like, I find myself sitting there most of the time being like, damn, that's interesting, you know? Like pretty much all the time I'm sitting there, like that's like my response to Owen's stream is like, that's interesting, you know? And then like I go my own path. Like that's what I love about this community, is like I found like Tom Barnett and Chris Gardner and all these other streams, even like, you know, before the Jort Wars and all, like Jim Bob and the Crucible and like all these different avenues that it's like Owen opens another, you know, stream where there's loads of other streams coming off that stream. Like, you know, it's fascinating to just like dip your consciousness repeatedly into these areas and be like, oh, I didn't know this and I didn't know that, and like this person ties this thing to that and all. Like Chris Gardner's going down a fucking heavy rabbit hole with the whole like Little Season stuff right now. He's going from person to person being like, so tell me about the Little Season. You know, like it's brilliant. Like don't do a weekend stream just for my sorry ass. Tons of gravy in a set. Oh, I already read that one. Griff's just like, Caesar! I love Griff's comments. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, Griff, totally agree. And then like other times I'm like, what the fuck are you on about? I think that is one of Owen's blind spots, but for good reasons. So much gravy in well-made games. Yeah, like I've thought about that before, where like the way he breaks down movies and all, I I'd love to try and do that with video games. And then, like, you know, do video game streams as well, like, you know. But, like, I can only do so much. Like, I've thought about that. Like, I thought about that a lot in my the week off that I took. I was like, I would love to, like, you know, stream for a few hours playing games, stream for a few hours talking about games, and then, like, still do Painting Goo. And I do Painting Goo for 2 hours and stuff. Like, if I did all 3 of them, that's 6 hours a day. Like, you know, that takes up everything. But, like, I love doing my symmetricals, and people think my symmetricals are fucking badass looking. Like, do you know what I mean? Like people don't fucking, like, you don't get someone who's like willing to just pay fucking 450 quid for some random or symmetrical thing, unless it's like really captivating and eye catching. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I know I'm good enough to make money with my art, but now I'm like finding my purpose with it. Like, do you know what I mean? The last few years is kind of like, where is this going? Like, what am I doing with it? Like, you know, Painting Goo has become more of a thing, but it's not like Painting Goo is all I am. Like, do you know what I mean? Quite like the contrary is like Painting Goo is like a fifth of what I'd like to do. Like, you know, like I've said multiple times, I'd love to fucking like get involved with people who make like models and stuff like that, or board games, and like turn, like, the Tactical Turtles is just something that came about, you know. I've got 3 whole fucking fantasy world things that I'd love to like bring into, like, that I'd love to manifest into reality, like, you know. So there's like so much shit there. I've got so many fucking ideas, but it's finding what works in a responsible manner to actually make a living with being in a relationship with someone. It's like I have a responsibility to the female to do what makes me money, at least for the moment, you know. Like me just like pissing around trying to find my purpose without any finances coming in, it's like that's very irresponsible and selfish of me, like, you know. So that's why I'm always trying to be like, okay, what direction do I push this, at least for the moment, so that I can actually make a living off of it. And then once I'm at like a financially secure point, I can then afford to be more like a little bit more selfish and be like, okay, well, what do I actually want to do? You know, like, just want to do. Because a lot of the time I'm like, I have to do a new symmetrical, I have to do, you know, new t-shirts or merch or whatever like that, because like that is what I do. That's what I've been doing for fucking, you know, 4 years now, essentially, is like design stuff, take photos of it, get it in digital format, get merch out of it, and then try sell the original. And I've done it multiple times and it's worked, but it's like, I think I'm in my like, you know, journeyman stage of like plugging away, like actually being a struggling artist. You know? Like, but I'll get there. I'll fucking, like, I can see it happening, like, you know. I can't just see it happening, I can feel it happening. Especially with days like this when I manage to get myself up, like, nice and early, and I get a nice productive day in, like, and I'm starting to catch up on things. Because, like, I mean, how long has the Tactical Turtles t-shirt been a fucking idea? Like, and I only got done doing the Spartan there the other day. So that's the next Tactical Turtle is, the sonar cannon one. Like, I don't know, like, anytime I look at it, it just makes me laugh. Is it over? I thought I had it right beside me. But just like the bat ears and like the massive fucking cannon on its back, like, it's actually one of my favorite Tactical Turtle designs so far. Like, is that fucking thing? I think it's hilarious looking. Okay, so tunes, hat. Let's see what we're painting. We got 25 minutes left. Oh, Jesus! Destroyed my eardrums. The female's going to be in late today, actually, so I might go for a bit longer than usual. Okay. Snatch! Number 1! May the gods have mercy upon us. Snatch! Oh, it just barely came out. Snatch! Oh, that was clean. Clean! Rice! We are painting rice! I don't know fuck how you paint rice, but like, it's gonna be a bowl of rice. Snatch! Zucchini. Interesting. I don't even know what a fucking zucchini looks like. Apparently we're just painting food. Painting goo 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 goo. Third snatch. Snatch. Juggernaut. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so the third one's Juggernaut. So we got rice. we got rice, zucchini, and Juggernaut in Kuwait. So the first thing that popped into my mind is Juggernaut from the X-Men holding a bowl of rice with a zucchini in it. Let me know if you have any funny ideas. Otherwise I'm just gonna go with that because that's actually hilarious. Oh, I could do Juggernaut with the head of a zucchini. Yeah, I need to find out what a zucchini looks like. It's a fucking cucumber! That's what all these things have in the like different names and shit, like courgette. It's a bleeding cucumber. Okay. Zucchini, rice, Juggernaut. So we have a Chidean spider fudge, Chinese walrus paper, and now we have Kuwaiti Juggernaut rice. My idea was basically that. That's like the first thing that just Juggernaut from X-Men with a bowl of rice and a zucchini. Like, I don't know. We're definitely doing Juggernaut from X-Men anyway. Holding a bowl of rice. We'll decide what to do with the zucchini as we go. I wanna fix the white in the white strip in the middle. It's annoying me how like off it is. So before I actually paint onto it, yeah, because it's not as like, you know what I'm like with my straight lines. It's symmetry, for fuck's sake. Like, I'm literally called Symmetrical Alex on fucking Twitter. So like, if I don't get this shit straight, like, I'm a hypocrite and a liar. Get some white on this bitch. Even things up. Oh, glorious! Painting goo goo. Painting goo goo. Oh shit. Painting goo goo. Painting goo goo. Paintingu goo. Paintingu goo. Painting goo goo. Painting goo goo. I almost got it straight enough just with those 2 strokes, but see if we can get it even more locked in. Much better than it was, anyway. Right. I'm pretty sure I could do Juggernaut from memory. It's not a difficult, complicated character. You only got 15 minutes to finish the entire goo. It's 16 minutes now. I don't know. You'll either have to pay for painting goo to force me to get that get that done that quick, or I could just keep going till hour 3, or I don't know. It's gonna be until 8, so I could easily go till half, but I might do a 3-hour goo. We'll see how we go. Give that a quick waft. Always remember that paying for painting goo is a surefire way for you to get more goo. I always loved Juggernaut as a character. X-Men was cool when it was just like the original X-Men cartoon. It's good shit. I always thought it was kind of funny though. It's like you have these characters that like canonically, like when their powers are explained, it's like couldn't Professor X like just like give everybody a fucking brain aneurysm or something, like, or Storm like literally controls the fucking weather, like, so couldn't she just like we found the villain's secret base, you know, like, and Storm is just like, okay, fucking where is it? Like, I'll just wreck the fucking thing. Ah, Prunaru! Welcome. I almost got it straight enough for 2 strokes. Phrasing. I know. I knew somebody was gonna say it or think it. Okie dokie. So, in order to do Juggernaut, he kind of has a reddish brown tint to his armor, and then other than that, it's just like flesh color, you know. So we're gonna go with yeah. I think we'll go with this one's called Jean Brilliant. I think that'll do it for a flesh color. It's a little bit. It's not as nice as the Naples. I might just grab that shit again. PEINTEINGU. So much goo. Courtesy of 2acreoo. Okay, I think Crimson would probably definitely. Yeah, no. Have I got a different red? Maybe Carmine. Give me a look at Carmine. Anybody ever play Gears of War? The character Carmine, like fucking Carmine, Adam Carmine gets killed in Gears of War 1. Ben Carmine gets killed in Gears of War 2. And then Clayton Carmine, they had a big thing in Gears of War 3 if he was gonna die or not, like, and then everybody voted to make him live, which I thought was hilarious. So Clayton Carmine made it into the next games. Like, it's brilliant, like. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Okay, we're gonna go with Carmine for his armor, and then I think. Oh, well, that happened. There is now goo everywhere. Still in the tubes, but it's everywhere. Shit. Oh god, I'm gonna have fun cleaning that up. Right, where's Naples? There we go. Yeah, like this. Oh, it's Pale Rose Blush. That's what it's called. Okay. Thank fuck all of them were closed. That would have been an absolute disaster. Fucking goo everywhere. Okay. Try and make the most of this Naples stuff. It's just dead handy not having to mix a flesh color. Same with everything. Fucking dead handy thing about having all of these colors is not having to mix anything. Even though I love mixing paint. It is time consuming though. Okay, I'm just gonna dump all the rest of this into this. Painting goo 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 goo. Oh, glorious! Painting goo, goo 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 goo. Alright, that's for the bin. Where's my squirty skirt? Put that back. Oh, even looking at that gives me anxiety. It's gonna take me ages to put all them back. Squirt, 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 squirt. Okay, that should be enough. Get plenty out of that. Do 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 do. I fucking love this playlist. So glad I found it. I know it it repeats a lot of the same stuff, but it's just I love the vibe of it. Really cool vibe. Oh hey D! Welcome to Paintingu. How are you? Have to get the crimson bands of Sitarak. What's that out of? Is that crimson bands of Sitarak? Sounds like something out of fucking Dungeons and Dragons or something. You out golfing? That's hilarious. When you're talking about golfing earlier on. I've never been golfing. Never even been to a driving range. I've done crazy golf, and I'm actually really good at it. I've always been good with angles and stuff. Like, I'm fairly good at pool and snooker and shit. I was always good at, like, not algebra, fucking trigonometry. In school and shit, like. Okay, that should be enough. Painting. Have to be careful not to spill that anywhere because it's very watery. Okay, we get this bitch. This bitch will do. That'll do, bitch. That'll do. That bitch will do. Ah, glorious Java. Okay, so do his head like here, and then like, you know, he's gonna have that helmet on, and then big superhero shoulders, and then his traps here. Have the straps coming down and the armor and shit. Then you got like tricep muscles here, bicep in there. And then huge pecs. He's gonna be holding the bowl of rice. So I suppose we could bring his hands down here, keep it symmetrical. Bowl of rice there. Waistline here. It's a bit off center. Yeah. His legs. Oh, we could put a... So he's holding a rice bowl, and we could put chopsticks in it if we want or something, but instead of doing his feet, we could do a load of zucchinis down here. That'd be funny. Okay, I got the crimson out now. And I'll shape his armor out. Like, do what I usually do. Place everything vaguely and then go over it again. Oh! Glorious. Golf is a good way to meet rich people interested. Yeah, like it's fucking like, man, all the elites. It's always the golfing. It's also it's quite a like golf is a difficult and graceful sport, you know. So it's kind of like, you know, the way when Owen says that the measure of a king was like how fine his wine was and stuff like that, like because like creating wine requires patience and dedication and like, you know, all these things, which is it's so true, like, you know. I think it's similar. I think the reason golf is the sport played by like the elites is because like it's hard to be good at golf, you know. So if you can be, and like think about it, right? Well, if you're doing a deal, right, and you're trying to like haggle, and you're haggling and you're talking about stuff that's illegal generally, right? So you're using cryptic speech while playing a difficult game. That requires a high level of intellect and discipline and multitasking to be able to crush at golf while talking to a potential like opponent or like competitor or potential ally, you know, in business or whatever, like, you know. And that's what you see in the movies, is like, it's like, you know, so when is that shipment gonna arrive? Oh, it should be here in about 2 or 3 weeks, like, you know, we can't have any problems this time, you know, like it's all vague, it's all cryptic, and like while they're doing that, they're also trying to crush at golf, which is a like difficult sport, like, do you know what I mean? It's like that, it makes so much sense when you look at it like that, where it's like it's a really good way to gauge who you're dealing with, you know. These social interactions on that kind of level are like fascinating when you start understanding why, like, they're like rituals, you know. It's fascinating. Oh! Glorious Capoo. Yeah, I think Crimson was actually a bad choice. Might have been better off with, oh no, what did I pick? I picked Carmine. This isn't Juggernaut armor color at all, especially when you introduce the water to it. It starts to lighten up a bit. That's far too pink, even, to be Juggernaut armor. Okay, I'll just put a lid on this and use it at a different date. Like, Juggernaut's armor is like slightly brown, you know, like it's that reddish brown. It's like a dark red. Mini golf is fun, I must admit. Oh, I fucking love mini golf or crazy golf. So good, like. Cause like that's arguably like more difficult, like, do you know what I mean? Cause it's like the angles and depending on the obstacle, you know, and shit. Like, love crazy golf. It's how Juggernaut get his power. The interdimensional being Sitarak's powers were held in the bands. He is not a mutant. Oh, I didn't know that shit. So that's why he's like, you know, indestructible, is because he's got like legitimate like God bestowed armor. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I swear to God, I always assumed that he was just like a big strong mutant, and then they like made him armor out of like adamantium or something similar to Wolverine, like, you know. They just encased him in some indestructible shit, like. But he's actually like, so he's kind of like X-Men's version of Doom guy. He's like, you know, like the gods bestowed him with magical armor. Like, that's hilarious. Right, let's see if we can find that. Might just go with crimson and then add a little bit of brown. Golf courses are also amazing, beautiful environments. A lot of the time, whole world to itself. Yeah, like the fucking there's gravy about golf courses, at least in America. If you look at that Old World Florida channel, where he has a whole series of videos where they cover like golf courses. A lot of them are actually built over burial grounds and like ancient sites and stuff. So there's some heavy esoteric gravy when it comes to golf courses. And then that's why it makes even more sense that like typically golf courses are used in deals like that between like high level players, you know? It's fascinating stuff. All very ritualistic, you know? Okay, well this is definitely more along the kind of red we want, but it needs to be a little bit browner. So I could just darken it up a bit and see how that goes. So we'll add a touch of black, see how that affects her. Phrasing. Okay, yeah, I think that might actually work. I'm just going to darken this up then. Okay. A little bit more black. Yeah, I think we're onto something here. Definitely starting to look like Juggernaut's armor. That dark. It's like a rust red, you know? And sure, if it doesn't look right when I can just mix another colour and go over it. Like, it's fine. If his helm is removed, he is powerless. That's why the X-Men are always trying to remove it. He is Xavier's half-brother. Oh yeah, I remember that now, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, like the more I think about it now, every time they had an interaction with him, they were always trying to get his helmet off. So he has to be wearing all of the pieces of the armor for it to work. Is that what it is? Or is it just the helmet? Like if they take his left pauldron off, is that like, you know, is that the same? Obviously not if they're always trying to get the helmet off him. That was one of my favorite parts of character creation, is coming up with all the specific lore like that, you know? Because it helps you develop and flesh out like their weaknesses and their strengths and stuff, which is the thing that makes them so interesting as characters, especially when they fight each other, you know? Like the fact that like Wolverine is like an unstoppable, vicious badass, but Magneto can just go, no, and just like stop him, and he's powerless, you know? Like, brilliant, like, I love shit like that. Okay, yeah, okay. So, fuck it. I'm just gonna get up an image of Juggernaut so it looks proper. Okay, yeah. Alright, okay. So he's got a band here. And a band here. And then a band on his forearm. Band on his forearm. And then the suit actually covers all here. And then there's his helmet. Painting goo goo goo. Leave a gap there, so okay. And then the rest of it has like big boots on. Here and here. Like, it immediately almost looks like Juggernaut. That old school X-Men cartoon was base, man. Yeah, I was only saying that earlier on. It was really good. The original X-Men cartoon was like fucking deadly, like, and there was like intense moments in it, like later on in the seasons, from what I remember, when like the Sentinels show up and start wrecking everything and shit, like, and it's like, you know, Apocalypse comes in, like, it's like there's a few times where they're like, oh my god, we're all gonna die, you know, like, and it's a fucking children's cartoon, like. Isn't there like interdimensional like episodes where like they all get killed and like somebody has to go into a different fucking dimension to like, or is it like a different timeline or some shit? Like, I remember there being a timeline where like the Sentinels took over and shit, like, and everything was fucked. Have to pay away going to see Deadpool after work today. That's hilarious, the way when you do something like that, you're like, oh, fucking own. I owe Big Bear money now. Oh, he's a genius. Mine's not as potent. Not everybody cares about having honor, but everybody cares about being gay or not. Mine's nowhere near as potent. If you do not pay for painting goo, you have no honor. A lot of people will be like, I can deal with that. It's like a slit for his eyes. And then a slit for his triangle. It's like a triangle slit for his mouth. Painting Goo. The new season of X-Men 97 was pretty decent. Expanded the lore. They brought back a lot of the original voice actors too. On Prex, of course it is. It's Honor! I never even looked at her! How dare you! Painting Goo Goo. Painting Goo Goo. Painting Goo Goo. Doo 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 doo. Yeah, the playlist class, isn't it? Only found this the other day. Great tunes. Definitely put too much water in the rose blush, but fuck it. We'll work with it. Oh, glorious! It's mad the way it just kind of switches it up into metal here, like. That's definitely Juggernaut. See you later, John. Sayonara, Brunuru. Painting goo. So is it like Kuwaiti juggernaut rice? Is that what we're calling this one? Painting goo goo. I think that's hilarious. And I don't think I'm the only one. Chidean spider fudge. Like, what was yesterday's one? Chinese walrus paper. Kuwaiti juggernaut rice. We're 3 painting goes in and this shit's pretty funny. Kuwaiti juggernaut rice. Rice that makes you go, ooh. When I'm fighting the X-Men, I eat Kuwaiti juggernaut rice. And it's like Chinese walrus paper, no mention of the yellow submarine. I was thinking about that earlier on. It's like Chinese walrus paper. Well, what's with the yellow submarine? We do not speak of the yellow submarine. It's like painting goo goo. Kuwaiti juggernaut rice. To maintain my massive girth, I need a rice with a high protein and fat content. That's why I eat only Kuwaiti juggernaut rice. Oh fuck. The submarine is but an illusion. It's the same with Chadine Spider Fudge though. There's no mention of the scissors. It's like, I think that's gonna be hilarious because there's no mention of the zucchini in this, like, you know. So it's like, it's always gonna be like, blah 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 blah, and it's like, what about the third thing? It's like, don't mention the third thing. Like, we do not speak of it. It's like, how come the zucchini isn't in the title? I fucking hate zucchinis. That's why. Tis no submarine. Tis a dragon walrus piss shot. Walrus piss shut. Oh fuck. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was like, what am I doing? That's what I was going to do. Okay, I have Jade and Deep over there, so my favorite colors, permanent green light. Love it. Painting. It's like the color of freshly cut grass when the sun hits it. Like, you know, it's like that beautiful bright green. It is and isn't the color I've used for the turtles. Because a lot of the paintings I've done of the turtles, I do them on watercolor. So it's technically not this shade of green, but it's very similar. Oh! Glorious Gepu! Okay, now we're gonna do the zucchinis down here. Reminds me of that fucking... What was that? Is that the NBC logo? Or some shit? What was that thing on American television? With the, like, different multicolored teardrop looking things? Was it NBC? I can't remember. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, it's supposed to be a peacock, is it? Interesting, I didn't know that. It would be redundant to mention the scissors, indeed. Everyone knows the scissors are a part of the Chidean spider's anatomy. It would be redundant to mention. Everybody knows that Chidean spiders have scissors coming out their assholes. If you don't know about the Chidean spider scissor asshole, you're an ignorant human being. How to immediately sound like a Reddit troll. If you don't know about the scissors coming out of a Chidean spider's ass, you know nothing. Who are you? What kind of man are you? What kind of father doesn't know? Alright, we made excellent progress. It's definitely Juggernaut, you know? Like, nobody can say it is a Juggernaut. Like, and I'll put the rice ball in his hands once he's actually done. I'll, like, you know, I'll layer it on top of his hands or whatever. I'm gonna leave it there. I need to get a bite to eat. My ass is thoroughly numb. Fuck. Kuwaiti Juggernaut rice shall be completed on Monday. Right, my beloved Japanites. I'm gonna leave it there. I must bid you farewell. I hope you have enjoyed today's PEINTEINGU. I know I have. From all of us here at the PEINTEINGU posse, Tobias, Minnie, Garos, and Myro, and myself, Demigod Defenderu, I bid you farewell. Be good, be true, and be beautiful. And pay for PEINTEINGU. Link in description. Buy something, a mug, a t-shirt, or just give me some money because you love me. Riv, Raff, Rov, PEINTEINGU. Until Monday, be goodu, and farewell. I don't know, man. Looks more like Spider-Man to me. You go fuck yourself. Indeed. Sayonara, my beloved Japanites, and all you other filthy mortals. And I shall see you Monday. Same timer, same presser, same high-octane painting energy. You've never seen paint dry like this before. Pay for PEINTEINGU.